Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. My name's Ed and I'm a data science and AI student studying at the University of Liverpool, and today I want to talk to you about time blocking and how I've been able to use my time wisely through time blocking. Yeah, let's get into the video. So as a master's student you have to do a lot of things. It's sort of like a full-time job, except you plan your own schedule, and I hadn't quite got it not together, but I wasn't sure how to organise my time particularly well, because I knew what I need to do. However, I found that I just couldn't do it throughout the space of the day. And the list of things which you need to do for a master's are such things as working a few masters. You need to do career stuff at the same time, because I'm on a year in industry course. I've got to try and find a placement for next year, if not a job, so I've got to do something career related nonetheless. But you've also got to fit in exercising and socialising, because weirdly it might be a full-time job, so like working 9 to 5 equivalent. However, usually you work over that in a day, and so you need to find out a way in which you can split up your time well, so you don't miss out on anything and just have an enjoyable experience overall, because it is sort of your last year at university as well. So this video comes as sort of a part 2 to the Make Time video part 1. And if you saw that video, you'll see that I've been reading the book Make Time by, when my Kindle loads, give me a second, Make Time by Jake Knapp and John Zaratsky. I hope I've said their names correctly. And yeah, they have many useful tips in there, such as ones which I'd previously been using, but the one which really stuck with me was this calendar blocking. So we're currently in week 8. No, actually no, we're going to week 9 now. And so things are really starting to ramp up here at uni. We've got deadlines due, we've had deadlines, lots to learn. You can't just sort of mess about and hope that things aren't working. For example, with programming assignments, you've got to be consistently practicing your programming and various things. So let's go into sort of my routine and how I block up my calendar for the day. So basically, apologies, I have a, it's the coffee, blame the coffee, it's tasty though. Yeah, so basically I have a massive to-do list, sort of a weekly to-do list of recurring tasks, such as do various tutorials, work through various things, various lectures, and things which I want to do, such as generally film these videos as well as included in that. And then I've also got sort of an extended list. So each week I go in the morning and I write down the task which I want to do on that day from this giant list of things, to make sure that I cover all the tasks which I want to cover for the week. And then from that list I probably try and have 3 to 4 tasks, depending on sort of the size of the task, because you don't want to take up forever doing them. And so then once I have those tasks, I then move over onto my calendar, which hopefully she'll be seeing a lovely view of me right now, moving stuff around the calendar. And then I effectively put together my day and what I'm going to do, sort of around lectures, so that I can use the space wisely. So say I have sort of a 1.5 hour block between 2 campus sessions, then it's probably not enough time to get some deep work. However, there's probably a good task on the list which I can do throughout that time. So calendar blocking, yeah, that's how I've been using it. So the benefits I've been finding from calendar blocking, excuse me, I have it on a Notion thing just here. So the first thing really is a great sense of peace, weirdly, because I found previously when sort of looking at my to-do list, it was just huge, and I didn't know when I was going to do it all. I didn't know what I'd done. Well, I did know what I'd done, but it was a bit unsure about it. And so actually it gives a great sense of peace knowing when you're doing things, and so actually you don't need to worry about when things are happening or whether you need to be rushing through, because you know that you've created the time to do things, which is really nice. The second benefit which I find is you can deliberately plan out large chunks of work when you need to focus on things. And so, as I was saying previously, if you've got a small slot, you can put something less so important, less so focusy. But if you have sort of an afternoon, so for example, Wednesday afternoons at universities are all free because you've got AU afternoon for sports and things. Well, makes a great time to actually study because you've got no interruptions of lectures or anything. So this week I spent it in one of the labs in the computer science building, learning about SQL, which was fun. That was good, don't get me wrong. Yeah, but it means that you can plan out large chunks of work. The next benefit is that I quite like it because you can visualize sort of an overlook, sort of like when you watch Matt D'Avella, okay, because obviously I'm sure you watch Matt D'Avella if you watch my videos. If you don't watch Matt D'Avella, he sort of, when he's using Todoist on his computer, he sees like a bird's eye view, and sort of you can move tasks around, except you have to pay for Todoist. No, not to do, sorry. Yeah. But it's a similar sort of thing in how you can judge where you want things to be on the week, and you can make things flow a lot easier throughout your week. And it makes the week feel a lot more connected, instead of being separate days where you can't really quite get into anything, but you can see how it all sort of flows together by looking at the bigger picture. Yeah, so the fourth benefit, which I find, is that it's pretty flexible. So yeah, if something changes, say like, I don't know, you had a point where you booked you were going to do some work, say something comes up, I don't know, a friend's like, let's go get coffee or something. If that happens, because no one at university drinks coffee, it's a pain. I just want coffee, people. But oh well. But say someone was to be like, oh, do you want to go drink some coffee? Yes. So it sounds like a fun social activity. But that means that you're thinking, oh, I can't do this block now. That's okay. You can just sort of move it back into the overarching view, or take it off your calendar, move it back into the to-do, or just move it to a similar space, a different space throughout the day. Maybe you'd originally planned sort of a more social activity throughout the day somewhere else. However, if you've just done a social activity, you might not need to do the second one, unless you're letting people down. Then don't let people down. But then you can move it to there, so that sort of you filled your social quota for the day, and then you can continue with work at another point. And the fifth benefit is that, well, I can't even read my right. Yeah, well, this is possibly one of the biggest benefits I find. Because you can plan out your day, you know how you work, so it means that you don't overwork yourself. Because when you have just an endless list of to-dos and you're panicking, you're just like, right, I just need to work. And then I find, anyway, I work really well in the morning, so up until lunchtime, so up until 1. But then after lunch, I just crash. And sometimes I need to work then, and I do. But quite often, actually, I've discovered, I know this happens, so why don't I plan in something, exercise, social, I don't know, anything, or something else other than what I'm doing in the morning. And that means that then I'm able to sort of re-energize myself, so that when I come back to studying at, say, like 4, then I'm re-energized in order to do it. So by planning out your day, you don't get stuck into work holes where you just get pretty mentally drained, and actually you can keep it as balanced as possible. So that's where I found the benefits, particularly. So I've tried calendar blocking before, back when I read, actually I don't think I read anything, I think it was from watching a YouTube video by Ali Abdal, and at the time I was trying to do it in my notebook, and it didn't really work. I pretty much, not rebelled, but I didn't do things. So if it was in the notebook and I did it, great. It was in the notebook and I did it. However, if I didn't do it, then it was sort of the classic, oh, there's no point continuing because I'm behind now. And I think that's quite a standard response to calendar blocking. So that's why I found that it's quite good to do it digitally. Even if you have like your physical notes and have like your pre-notebook like I do, with your tasks on, if you digitally have your blocks, you can then move them. So yeah, I would advise, if you're going to have a go, do it digitally. That's I'm sure there'll be a part 3 at some point. I'm only 65% through the book Make Time currently, so I'm sure I'll come up with more points, or maybe just in the future. So I'm sure there'll be a part 3 video to this Make Time saga. Thanks for watching. If you have any tips that you use in order to sort of plan your days out well. Let's go with that. Comment or send me a message or something. However, please don't spoil the book for me. I'm not sure how you can spoil a non-fiction. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.